next guest has been on the programme a couple of times before. The first time he came on, he sent me a Christmas card. He was the first person to do that. However, last year, nothing. Alan Jones, did it get lost?
I'm like that as a person, you know, with one I give and with the other I take it away.
You just hadn't got a CD coming out, that's what it was.
And also I didn't feel particularly Christmassy.
Oh, you keep it.
I'm fine, it's Christmas in my life every day of the year, what are you talking about?
That Christmas, take the Christmas tree down to the tip.
Yes.
It's dead now.
Okay, I will.
When it's brown, it's not right.
Okay, Dad.
Welcome to the programme.
Thank you.
And you're coming back to Derby. You've not long been around the corner of the Assembly Rooms, but a cathedral tour of the UK.
I know, yeah. I can't believe I've never done it before. No one's ever done it, actually. I'm playing 16 of the nicest, greatest, whatever cathedrals in Britain, and yours happens to be one of them. This is in October. Tickets went on sale today. That's why I'm on the show, and I can't wait. You know, I've always sung kind of spiritual music, hymns, religious music, inspirational music, if you like, but always in venues like the Assembly Rooms. Nothing wrong with that. I love it there, and you know, other places in Britain. But this is actually, you know, going back to basics, if you like, singing in the places where these pieces of music were written to be performed. So I'm really excited about it. You know, taking a string quartet, a couple of keyboards, woodwind, harp, all that sort of business around with me as well. So it's going to be really good fun.
And you're right, because the acoustics in cathedrals are just wonderful, aren't they?
They are, and also it's going to be, every night's going to be different for me because I'm singing with the local choirs. So, you know, we're singing the same songs every night, but, you know, their interpretation will be different, and as you say, the acoustics are going to be different. The sound team will follow me around, same with lighting, staging, all that business, but every night will be different.
Where did the idea come from? Was it the fact that you were looking out the back of the Assembly Rooms when you came to Derby and thought, I've not played that big tall building over there?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've never been in it, believe it or not. So,
come on.
I know, it's the one that got away. I've performed in or done TV programmes in nearly all of them, but not in Derby. And the idea came to me because I just wanted to go back to basics. You know, I wanted to go back to the hymns and the spiritual music that I've done and maybe gone away from in recent years. Not completely, but and also the feeling I get when I go into cathedrals, you know, is always pretty special. I think even if you're not a Christian and you walk into a cathedral, you always think to yourself, wow, this is an amazing space. And, you know, hopefully that will just enhance the performance. I should warn the congregation, they'll probably have to have a sing-song as well. I think they're going to be singing Shine Jesus Shine or something like that with my band. But, you know, it's not going to be a stuffy kind of experience at all. I still want people to be leaving with a smile on their faces, having enjoyed not just me, but you know, the local choirs and the buildings as well. You know, there are some people I know that have probably never ventured into a cathedral because they don't fancy it or maybe a bit scared or something. Well, hopefully my concert will bring them to these cathedrals, these amazing spaces.
You do wonder sometimes when you walk into a cathedral, wherever it may be in the country, how they built them in the first place and whether we've lost those skills in our new buildings.
I know, and I know what faith they had to, you know, they built all these buildings to kind of glorify God and or what they believed in, and as you say, you look up and you think, you know, I walked into Liverpool Anglican Cathedral at Christmas because I was doing a musical up in Liverpool, and it's going to be one of the venues. I think it's the second from last. And I walked in and I became a nervous child again, you know, thinking to myself, wow, you know, the Albert Hall is something, or, you know, Hollywood Bowl is something, and I've performed in both of those places, but actually I think I'll probably be more nervous in Liverpool Anglican Cathedral than anywhere because it's just such an enormous space.
Do you ever worry about your voice?
I don't really worry about it. I'm very lucky that, you know, I've never been someone who, you know, has to not speak to anyone on the day of a concert or something like that. It's a very strong muscle I've got. You know, I can sing through colds and flu and all that business. I actually did a concert with swine flu, believe it or not. I didn't want to let people down. But, you know, I don't sort of have to worry in that aspect. But before a tour, I have to, you know, work the instrument, because it's like, you know, you wouldn't expect Usain Bolt to just turn up to the Olympics without, you know, having trained. And it's the same for a singer. You know, you have to have worked that muscle.
Has it changed over the years as well, your preparatory time and what you sing? Have you noticed changes in your vocal cords? Have you noticed you had to take things down? Or?
No. I think the voice is stronger than it's ever been, and I think that's because I don't put any pressure on myself. You know, if I, for instance, you know, I did a musical at Christmas, finished in January, beginning of January. I didn't then sing a note probably except round the house until middle of February. And in that time, the voice gets stronger as far as I'm concerned. And then, if I have a concert coming up, then I have to work at it and work the repertoire back into my voice. But for this sort of tour, I'm singing all the sort of songs that I've always loved singing. And maybe on some tours I haven't been able to do them, but now unashamedly I can go back to doing the hymns and the spiritual music.
You are one of those people, though, that's managed to do an awful lot of things during your career and run careers side by side. A bit of TV presenting, some radio presenting, then you go out and do some musicals on tour. Where are you now in your career? Is there something that you still not got to yet?
Yeah, I'd like to present Strictly Comes Dancing on BBC One. That'd be quite good fun. Now, to be honest with you, I never plan ahead. You mentioned all the stuff I do, and I'm very thankful and very lucky to have all those opportunities. And they might not be there forever, so I just sort of embrace them now. Really, I love the Radio 2, love the Radio 3, love the Radio Wales, Songs of Praise, and Escape to the Country, and the fact that, as you say, then I can do a tour like this. What great experience going to 16 cathedrals throughout Britain in 1 month. It's going to be very, very exciting. But what happens then is I still have to be able to do the radios as well. So it just means that free time was non-existent.
We're going to talk more in just a second. Let's find out what's happening on the roads or not, as the case may be. We're looking forward to Monday with Phil Trow, but looking forward to October with Aled Jones coming to Derby Cathedral to sing there for the first time. I want to talk about your telly stuff, though, just for a second. Escape to the Country. We've had many presenters of Escape to the Country on the afternoon programme.
Okay, who's your favourite?
I'm not going to say, but we'll ask you the same question.
Yeah.
Do you know when somebody comes to you and they say they've got £500,000 they want to spend on the house, and you bend over backwards to be accommodated, and at the end of that hour they say, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I think, oh well, there's always next week and a different couple. To be honest with you, I can tell pretty quickly if a couple likes the house, even when they've walked up to it. I know if it's going to be a winner or not. And I've been quite lucky, actually. I've sold probably, in the 3 years or so I've done Escape, I've sold probably about 8 properties. Needless to say, I don't get a cut of any of them, unfortunately.
That was my next question.
Yeah, and those days of the BBC are over, unfortunately. Born too late. But yeah, I love doing the programme. It's made me so nosy, though. And of course, coupled with that, I did Cash in the Attic for a while when it was on, and that's just terrible. You look around people's houses and you get nosy in that way for Escape to Country. But in Cash in the Attic, you look through their drawers. It's terrible. I can't walk into even friends' houses now without looking around.
Do you know if the boot was on the other foot, would you let somebody do it to you in your house?
No, of course I wouldn't. I've never let a film crew or a sound crew into my house. When I close the door, that's it. That's my normality, if you like, where I spend time with my family. And the last thing I want is to open that up to TV crews and lighting guys and all that sort of business. They always ask, "Oh, can we do something in your house?" I'm like, "No way." It's not that it's messy or anything like that. It's not, but no, that's my private time, if you like.
So is this Alice that we're talking to now, and the one that we see on the TV? Mm-hmm. Is that the real one, or is that somebody you play?
No, not at all. I think on Escape to the Country, you see, I suppose the real me, nearly. I suppose it's still sort of TV me, whereas I don't pick my nose on TV or scratch places I shouldn't. But apart from that, you tend to see who I am. My wife sometimes laughs at me saying, "You don't do that arm move in real life," and I think, well, maybe I don't. But I try to be as natural as I possibly can on all the stuff I do. I suppose the real me is very much on the radio. Because, as you know, you can't really hide or be something else on the radio. Even if you put your best Simon Bates voice on, you'll be found out after a couple of weeks because, it's immediate, it's real, it's live. So, I suppose the real me is to be found quite a bit on Radio 2. And that's about it. I suppose I don't tell the filthy jokes on Radio 2. Good. You can save those till after we've done this. Yeah, when we talk together, yeah. So you're in Derby Cathedral on the 22nd of October. I am. This great cathedral tour. Away from those prying eyes and those prying ears, you like a whole range of music, don't you? Yeah, I listen to everything from modern music to choral music to I think all music is great, to be honest with you. Music's always been a massive part of my life, so even if somebody thrusts a CD into my hand, which happens very often, I will never just sort of toss it to one side. I can't do that. There's something in me that I at least have to listen to one track, because I'm into all forms of music, to be honest with you. We've got Matt Monro lined up. Hey, the greatest singer of all time. I don't care what anyone says, much better than Frank Sinatra. I will stand my ground on this. I think Matt Monro is just beautiful, and his phrasing and voice just amazing.
Alan, it's been brilliant talking to you. Don't forget the Christmas card this year.
I promise.
All right.
Oh, what
You're only round the corner, that's it.